Okay, so have you seen this J-Lo interview? Everyone's talking about it, and I can see why.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely gotten people's attention.
It's not the usual, post-breakup kind of thing.
Right, it's different.
It feels very honest,
Mhm.
especially given how much attention she gets, being in the public eye constantly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, it's refreshing to hear that kind of honesty, especially with someone like her.
For sure. And what really got me was how open she is about this divorce from Ben Affleck.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's only been, what, like 2 months?
Yeah.
And she's already talking about how, like, it wasn't what I thought it would be.
Interesting.
Which, I don't know, really hit me. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that.
That dissonance between what you expect and then, like, reality.
Especially with relationships, right? You have all these expectations, these ideas about how it's supposed to be.
Absolutely.
And then to have someone like J-Lo who's, let's face it, she lives her life in the spotlight,
Right.
to come out and say, hey, even for me, it wasn't a fairy tale, I think that takes some guts.
Yeah, no kidding. And she even says that, like, going through the separation almost, it's like, it almost broke her,
Yeah.
You can just feel how much she went through.
Right, and that vulnerability is powerful.
Totally. But here's the thing. She also says it pushed her to where she needs to be.
I'm curious, though, how do you even start to find that strength after something so tough?
Right. That's what I thought. How do you bounce back?
Exactly.
It's got to be hard.
Well, she mentions how important it was for her to be on her own, to prove she could handle things solo,
Interesting.
It's like we're almost scared to be alone these days.
It's true.
But maybe being alone isn't always a bad thing.
That's a good point.
Solitude, it can actually help you grow.
Huh. Like how so?
Well, they've done studies, right? And it turns out when you actually choose to be alone, it helps you know yourself better, you become more creative, and it even helps you handle your emotions better, which, let's face it, when you're going through something rough.
Oh, absolutely. Being able to handle your emotions is key.
Exactly. And it sounds like J-Lo, she used that time to reconnect with herself, to build herself up.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
There's this one part in the interview, I have to say it really got to me. She's talking about feeling so alone, so scared,
Oh, wow.
even desperate at times.
Yeah, those are some intense feelings.
Right. Like, how do you even deal with that? How do you stop those feelings from just taking over?
She talks about how she basically had to reframe things. Like, instead of letting those negative emotions define the whole experience, she'd tell herself, this won't kill me.
This won't kill me.
Yeah, and it sounds simple, right? But there's something powerful about that, reframing things.
It's true. Just changing your perspective can make a difference.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you acknowledge the pain, the fear, all of it, but you don't let it consume.
You got to find a way to work through it.
Exactly. And that ties in with what they're finding in all that resilience research,
Oh, really?
Yeah, the people who can bounce back, they're the ones who can see challenges as, like, opportunities to grow.
Huh. You know what's interesting? This isn't J-Lo's first, high-profile relationship.
Definitely not. She's been through it.
But she talks about how her perspective has changed. Like, she's not looking to a relationship to be her source of happiness anymore.
That's a big deal. Yeah.
Like, she actually says, I'm not looking for someone to make me happy.
That's huge.
It really makes you think, what is happiness to us? Are we, like, trying to find it in other people, or are we looking in the right place?
It's the age-old question, right? What makes us happy?
Totally. And J-Lo's journey, I mean, it's her life, her experiences, but I feel like there's something universal in there for all of us.
Absolutely. It reminds us that figuring ourselves out, it's a journey, not a destination,
It's true.
And sometimes those tough times, they're the ones that teach us the most.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think J-Lo's experience, it's a good reminder for all of us.
It really is. So to everyone listening, maybe take a page from J-Lo's book. Don't be afraid to look inward, to find that happiness within.
It's good advice.
It really is.